Oh, hey, welcome in. I'm Michael. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Charles.
So, Charles, tell me about yourself. What's your backstory?
You know, I got my master's degree a long time ago from a place up north, and you know, just recently I moved down here. You know, I thought it was a nice town for the family, so.
Up north, huh? Don't get a lot of folks from up there, do we?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's been a bit of an adjustment.
So, let's start simple. Why do you think you're qualified for this spot?
Well, you know, I've been working in the field for about 8 years now, and I'd like to think that I'm something of an expert at this point.
Sounds great. You got any accomplishments, accolades you have to talk about as an employee?
You know, I'm not sure there's anything super specific I can tell you, but I can say this, you know, my performance reviews at my last few jobs have been really stellar, really fantastic.
Alright, that's great to hear. But what I think I was trying to get with that last question was, why do you think you'd be a good candidate for this job? Well,
you know, I think, you know, the thing about me is I think that I'm just a really consistent worker. You know, I always, you know, kind of put my nose to the grindstone for the good of the team. It's all about that for me, really.
That's great. Something we look for in new employees, to keep the work ethic high here in the office. Now, it sounds like you are a solid candidate. It's just going to give you a quick rundown of some of your responsibilities and day-to-day tasks. So, first and foremost, availability. Sometimes, during a crunch, we do expect you to work late on Saturdays and even Sundays.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think I can work a Saturday or two when necessary. You know, I don't have any specific problems with that.
We also have periods of unexpected overtime towards the end of a quarter. There isn't any extra compensation, but you will be given a heads up at a time.
So, how often do these overtime periods usually last? Because that could be a bit of a problem for me. I really like to have a consistent work schedule, and so I just need to make sure that kind of levels out, you know, with my other responsibilities.
Of course. Well, like I said, usually towards the end of a quarter, we got a harsh deadline. I generally think they tend to last 1, maybe 2 weeks. I could email some team leads, get you a more precise estimate.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Alright, well, I think let's talk about some specific expectations. The company hasn't had the best performance in our last few reports, so any new spots we hire, generally looking for about a 50% increase in productivity to offset any losses. You think a position like that is good for you?
Most of the positions I've had in the past have been, you know, pretty high stress in nature. So, you know, because of that, I think I'd be a great fit for some kind of productivity push. I mean, that really works for me.
Fantastic. We really need that kind of energy in the company right now. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What is your salary expectations?
Well, you know, where I worked previously, I made, you know, just over 6 figures, and like, given my experience, I'm kind of expecting somewhere in that ballpark. It's also, you know, given my experience and my expertise, you know, I'm thinking like, I'm also expecting some kind of, you know, like maybe a quarterly performance bonus, you know, depending on how well I do.
I think this company can meet those compensation needs. I'll wrap this up with a few more general questions. Do you see yourself working here in 10 years? And if not, how come?
Well, you know, that's a really difficult question, you know, because as much as I value consistency, and I would love to see myself being at the company for another 10 years, you know, I do have a wife and kids, and that's something that, you know, I just don't know exactly where my life is going to take me. But I do want to say that no matter what happens, you know, with me, I do see myself really, you know, just really putting myself in my work here. I mean, that's something that is really important to me. So no matter what, you know, that's something I really care about.
Listen, Charles, I think you're well qualified for this spot. You've interviewed great, and I think we'd love to have you in this company. Unfortunately, spots are very tight right now. Gonna have to review the other applications and try to get back to you by at least this Friday.
Sounds fantastic. I'm really excited for you guys to get back to me. I'm really hopeful about the position. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. I've really appreciated this opportunity. It's been really nice talking to you. All right. Have a good one, man. I really appreciate it.